Welcome back to channel TrainStation2. Alright, good first and fourth competitions, and here we go. We got the legendary train, right? So that's really something I always look forward to. Two legendaries, and as usual, that's what I always aim for, and we got it. Then we work on the rest of the items that we can claim from reward path. So looking at the fourth competitions, it has been great because of that 100 EP job that we're talking about, because I've already gotten one of the legendary with 4,000 keys, and that allows me to do that legendary train job, which allows me, of course, then to gain the 100 EP, which actually allows, again, like I said, leap forward, right? So it's like the deer, you can leap forward really fast. Looking all the items right now, I think end of the day, the ones that really taking a lot of effort doing event items. So you make sure your factories are running around the clock for the event items. As for the rest of the items, I think glue is quite heavily asked for. Chairs as well, I do experience that. So these are some of the things you're going to take care in terms of the things to prepare. I think lots of glue and lots of chairs. That's for me. I'm not too sure whether it works for you as well. The rest of the items, not so much. It's really this two that's taking a lot of effort from my side. So, of course, you can see these pencils, not really something that you really when you bother, as long as you have one or two sets in standby. Always have those difficult, long time-consuming items in the output tray of your non-event factory, so that you can just grab them. So pencils, of course, will be one of those. The other things you could really prepare, I would say, is milk, because end of the day, the milk we're able to use it to manufacture into different products, like the cheese, or even some of the other items you can make from the food processing plant itself. The other thing, let me think, what would be frequently asked for throughout the whole event. Yeah, I think it would be plastics. So those are some of the common items I face. Like I said again, it may be different for you, but these are the few items making a bit of troubling and effort is making them for doing deliveries. The rest of the event items, as usual, I prepared tons of them, so I'm not really worried too much. But of course, once it runs out, that will be something to work on. Sometimes I'll think about the fact that we could just focus on that 100 EP job, because the 100 EP job actually just are sometimes about 80 of those quantity, and you get a good return. I mean, the ROI is quite high, return on investment, because you put in a little bit of effort in the small quantities of delivery, but the return is so high. Vis-a-vis sometimes a few hundred quantities of items being asked, but you only get 30 EP, whereas here 60 quantities and you get 100 EP. So I would say if you are really want to focus into your regions, at least do the 100 EP job. So I think that's actually happened to me. That allows me to push it really far ahead, curating about 1,000 EP gaps between myself and the second positions, all thanks to the 100 EP jobs awards I could complete that. Clearing off the first set of items for the 100 EP jobs before it appear takes some time. So hopefully you have obtained one of the legendaries now. You should start clearing it during the 1 day break before the next competition starts. So this is something you're going to work on. For me, I was clearing it in the midst of the competition. That's why I only managed to gain advantage of it almost maybe halfway through, I would say, throughout the fourth competition. So I was fighting neck to neck with maybe 100 EP difference at max. But when it became really evident that we'll be winning, is because we have the 100 EP jobs, and the gap just created like 300 EP, 500 EP, 800 EP, and eventually 1,000 EP gap. So it was so acceleration was so good that you don't worry about losing. So of course, when we enter into fifth and sixth competitions, more and more people are having those legendary. So maybe it may be a tougher competition. So this is something we got to think about. But again, I'll be working on getting a legendary oh no, epic. Right, so I already got into legendary, so maybe the epic one will be something I'm gonna work out as well. Then we may see whether we're lucky. If we have sufficient EP, we may well, actually sufficient of those keys, we may go for the special building, because this is something you want to gain out of it. Vis-a-vis a common train which you already have, as well as the rare train. So all this you got to think about and see how things work out for you. But for me, I think I'm quite comfortable right now. The fact that we're entering the 5th and 6th competitions, I'm just going to save up lots and lots of coins, gems, and Union dollars for sure. Definitely not going to spend any more, because it's just getting those coins that you can actually exchange for gold or just parts. No more trains from those event coin. How I wish, I mean, if they could actually grant more rewards from using event coins, or they can actually allow a conversion of the extra event coins into event keys, but it doesn't work that way. There's no conversion, so without the exchange, you can't really do much with the event coins besides getting parts, which are, to me, not really useful sometimes, because with the limited amount of coins, you can't really upgrade trains. So in the past, it would be so useful, because we can actually have unlimited amount of coin. You hear me right? Unlimited amount of coin packs for exchange from the event. So people actually exploited that and got tons and tons of coins by just doing coin packs and not claiming any of those event trains at all. That was used to be the gameplay. But of course, as it moves further, Pixel realize there is something they're going to bridge, or actually plug the gap, so that people don't exploit into that, and they can earn more profit and forcing you to pay. So they decided to put a stop to it. It's capped at the 10 numbers of those coin packs. The rest is not going to be useful at all. So end of the day, if you realize, if you want to upgrade your trains, you need coins and parts. As long as they control one of the two elements, there's nothing you can do much about it. Okay, so of course they need to constantly play. So coins are available every 4 hourly. You can collect from every city, so that keeps you constantly playing the game. As for parts, they're giving you not much, but it allows you to watch video as well, but it's not giving you a lot. Even you have a lot of those, your money ran out really fast. So it makes it so expensive to upgrade trains that you have eventually got to spend real money to get real so-called coins. But don't do that, because not really worth it. It's just an animation. Once you cross a region, your trains can't be used anyway, so it's just for collection purpose. Of course, some people are really thinking of using this game for collection of all the trains, but do you really need that, given that TrainStation2 is an event fatigue game, whereby you have tons and tons of events, and of course the train collection will never end. So why not just collect them free and play it freely as and when you like? So this is something some people do as well. During non-event periods, they will just do a break of a few days not playing the game, and they only focus on events. Some people would not even participate in the events. They would just play the region completion of the missions, and not play and not bothered about the event at all. So different people have different playing style. You can choose your own. There's no pressure. Even if you don't do well in this event, perfectly fine. You can actually do well or train hard again for the next one. Especially when you cross a region, it's difficult to basically do well in a competition at all. But think about it, no worries. You don't get this set of trains now, you'll get it eventually if you continue playing. Many times there are duplicated trains because of limited designs, and Pixel is not going to spend effort to designing new trains, so you will get it eventually. It's just at a different region, that's about it. Alright, so finally we come to the end of the 4th competition. You can see more than 1,000, it's about 1,100 gapped, and that's what we created. And now the enjoyment, final moment. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. And of course, have a Merry Christmas. Goodbye.